It's a completely different team from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but with that lack of silverware being the main criticism of his time at United, did you understand the approach that he took?
Yeah, good morning, Rob. Yeah, of course, because it's the early rounds of the Carabao Cup, and pretty much every Premier League team will play some kind of, I say, a weakened side, a tremendous changes, if you like. But as you said, I mean, the desire to win a trophy, you would think that they would have gone a little bit stronger. However, until the end of the season, we won't know whether the result last night will benefit Manchester United, because, as we often talk about coming the end of the season, big teams playing lots of different cup competitions, it can be slightly detrimental to them. But big win for West Ham, early goal as well, which usually I think is not it's not a good thing for a team. But to score after 9 minutes and get the win, tremendous performance by West Ham.
Yeah, well, and we will get on and give credit where credit's due, but, to West Ham. But Henderson, Lindelof, Bay, Dalot and Telles, Mata, Lingard, Matic, Van der Beek, Martial and Sancho. That team there, actually, we talk about putting out second-string teams, but actually, in many other Premier League clubs, that would be quite an impressive starting 11, wouldn't it? So, if you look at Ole's decisions there, actually, he put out good players. So, what was the problem?
Yeah, as I say, I mean, I sort of didn't want to say a weakened side. I mean, of course, with Ronaldo, Fernandes, you'd put strength in that, of course. But I just think that in the end, he's playing players which should be winning. And one of my frustrations, and I keep saying this on the show, Rob, is when you name that team, that's good enough to beat, I reckon, half the Premier League easily. And therefore, you would expect them to beat West Ham, who weren't putting out a full-strength side themselves. So the frustration is, why can't Manchester United, with all this quality, go and win games comfortably? It just seems to be a frustration, not just for me, I think, for Manchester United fans. I can't say about my Manchester United friends, because I haven't spoken to them last night. I spoke to them before the game, and they thought they were going to win.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. We're 6 minutes in, and David James and friends have made an appearance already. I love that. So what are we looking at here, David? Because they started with that defeat in the Champions League as well. They are making an impact on the Premier League, so we've got to balance this up as well. But is there something perhaps mentally missing? What is it? What will Solskjaer feel that he has to do to try and get them to deliver something this season?
Well, I think what was interesting yesterday, I mean, we will talk about West Ham, of course, but the fact that West Ham took their full squad, it seemed, with Declan Rice, Antonio there to watch, whereas Manchester United, I didn't see Ronaldo there. I'm not saying he wasn't there, or some of the other players to be part of the squad taking on West Ham in that cup game. As a manager, as I say, I've been in that position where you've got the players, the level of talent to get the maximum out of them. Eventually, you have to start looking at yourself and how you set things up, because that Manchester United side that you read out was full of stars, full of top quality players. Henderson, who could have started this season had it not been for COVID and an injury, he could have been Manchester United's number one. So Martial, who's another one, I've just had a look through his video. I mean, this is a guy who, when he came to Manchester United, was full of expectation. Why he isn't performing that top level, and eventually, as I say, you have to look at how you set things up, how you're controlling, commanding your side. So rather than just looking at players, I think again the Manchester United staff have to look at themselves.
I think we have to pick up on one of those players you mentioned there, and that's Anthony Martial. What about his performance? What is happening with him? Do you fear that his time at United might be coming to an end?
This is, again, a player, when they signed him, I was buzzing, because so much ability, left foot, right footed, take players on. He's got an air of confidence without arrogance, and you just thought that this was going to be the player that sort of propelled Manchester United to the next level compared to what they've been doing. But again, last night he had opportunities. He's put some sort of half-shot crosses in. He's just not playing at that level where you expected him to be now, because he's been there for a few years. But when you look at Manchester United having not won silverware, as you said, since 2017, then is it Martial? Is it any individual, or is it a sort of a cumulative issue? And again, I go back to the point, when you've got such good players, and this season might be the season, as you say, they're doing very well in the Premier League. They're still in the Champions League, and obviously with the FA Cup to come, there is the opportunities for silverware. But for the sake of sounding like a broken record, we've seen all this before in recent years with Manchester United, where we think they're going to do it, and then for some reason the big game comes in and it doesn't happen.
OK, let's give then credit where credit's due.